I'm that girl who is a second wave volunteer, and if you are one too, this message is for you. So welcome, my friends, once again. I'm going to get comfortable, and so should you, because I feel like a preemptive rant coming on to discuss what it feels like to be a second wave volunteer in all its glory. What the fuck were we thinking, my friends? Well, we were thinking something very Pacific and very important, and we forgot about the emotions that we would feel and be drowned and suffocated with while we were here being of service. Fascinating times. So anyway, all sarcasm aside, I mean, we could totally go into a full, I'm just getting comfortable because I want to get this out. And it is uncomfortable to even talk about it because it almost feels like, is she ranting? Is she having a pity party? And it is observations. Let's just say it's observations because we have accepted. We're not victims here. We did truly sign up for this, but we forget about our roles. We do. When we are distracted and playing in the density of these emotions that are so enticing to feel victimized by. So it's a choice. And I naturally resonate quite deeply with all volunteers. I can almost sense them instantly. And this is refreshing because we need to find our tribes. I mean, everyone here is special and important and unique butterflies, and that's fantastic. And we love you, everyone. We include everyone. But there is something I want to say unique to those volunteers. Now, I'm just going to generalize for myself and, take it or leave it if this does not resonate with you. But from my experience talking to countless now, I can't remember how many second wave volunteers I have been blessed to connect in with this lifetime. They are just, I see them and I see their struggles and I see all their choices and experiences, and we have such likeness because we did this with our life contracts. We'll have everything plus fries, thank you, mega size it up, we don't mind. And it was a brave choice, but we could choose that because we knew nothing's going to break us. Bring it all on. We can cope with this and some because we have been watching and monitoring and guiding this planet for so long. We have seen everything. So let's give it to us. Let's give us everything so we can feel it, bleed it, cry it, snot bubble through it with jazz hands and life experiences for all of those unique experiences for the soul's growth to actually get it. I see, this is why they were always behaving like this in Egypt, because of that. Got it. And so, yay for the veil of forgetfulness. That is fantastic for us to really entrench ourselves in these experiences. We have been of service on the other side for so long, helping, guiding, guiding. And now we get to have our own fun with this. And it is fun. It truly is. So forgive me. I'm certainly not trying to have a wallow pity party about it because I want to see it from the bigger perspective because I want to fucking understand my life and everyone else's lives. And we can do that when we understand this information, and it just gives me inner peace understanding it all. So fantastic times. And I just wanted to say that, during my daily interactions with people, and now I'm opening myself up to talk to a lot of people who are in my community. And they really wanted to talk, they really wanted me to share this experience with you because they were like, and this is another example that we've just given you as an experience to then share with the group. And I was like, no, I'm not sharing that with the group. I'm not sharing that with anyone. It was a lot. So anyway, it was a lot for me. So let's unpack it. So to see what the frick was going on there. So We were talking about this judge who decided to decline the parents' request to have more research and more transparency with our government about the certain inoculations that they're trying to mandate. Well, they are mandated for children between the ages of 5 and 11. And so this was before the verdict came out that she was going to decline the sort of like the pause on the mandate until there was more disclosure and evidence backing up what our government is saying. So we're going to hear this in a long court case in about 2 months. Not urgent. It's only our children. It's not urgent at all. Don't worry about it. We will remove lead-based paint products in a heartbeat, but don't worry about anything else that may be controversial for our children. We don't mind. I'm fine with it. I truly am, because I know exit points are guided, and we are all protected. If we're supposed to experience something for lessons for others, it's going to happen. So I'm playing duality roles. I'm wanting to be all sarcastic, angry, and grumpy about some things, but also I want to have like my neutral and balance. So just want to share with you that I'm not numb to this world. I'm not, unfortunately. And every time I start thinking and feeling into it, the crying. And it's not because I'm feeling overwhelmed love by our guides. I'm feeling the other stuff, that density, that overwhelmingness, that terror, that everything that is the lower densities of emotions that people are marinating themselves in with much basting and reapplying and relooping. So anyway, the conversation was this. I was talking about the ramifications and the impact of either way the judge went, right? Is this the final official, wait a minute, should we start questioning this narrative moment, or was it just going to be like, no, we're not going to, we're not going to look at your science and your evidence. We're just going to keep to our one small little bit of information that we're going to promote, as if that's the only information we're going to promote. So anyway, I was trying to be very balanced and very neutral. And this person kind of said, I can't remember the exact words, but it was like, well, don't get your hopes up. I felt like I had explained myself very clear that I was open for either which way. And then they sort of said, oh, well, don't get your hopes up. You don't want to get disappointed. And again, I felt very balanced and neutral with both situations. I could see both experiences were necessary and there was lessons and blah, 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 blah. Totally neutral, totally fine, just curious to see how it all unfolded. And for me to be told by someone, don't get your hopes up and don't be disappointed. And I just thought, oh my God, are they trying to tell me to not be disappointed as if I've never freaking been disappointed in my life before? Whoa, okay, because yeah, I've definitely mastered being disappointed in my life before. And I just, I had a little inner moment where I really just reflected on, it's not like we haven't been disappointed before. And I just did this massive, super fast scan of my entire life to see all the things I was disappointed with and still can maintain balance and neutral and be fine with it. And holy heck, when you start looking at how disappointing humanity is for itself and how this could be paradise on earth. This could be paradise on earth. Could you imagine? We had all of the materials. We had every opportunity to have beautiful unity, to truly have here heaven on earth, to truly have new earth, be merged and evolved on here. We truly could have easily, if we'd all had that choice to do that and step into that decision, instead of some of them choosing not to empower humanity, not to empower this planet, and to go on their own little hidden agendas to be able to control and manipulate everyone. Instead of having unity within all and equality for all, there was this group that decided that they wanted it all for themselves and that they were going to dictate what was going to be given and taught and shared. So we have a little group of non-sharers, and then we have a bigger group that was open to sharing, but it's sort of like, let's just use labels. Some bad behaviors were so strong that it influenced the rest. And so here we are. We don't have much in the way of true, honest empowerment of others. We forgot that we must empower ourselves. We have followed blindly influences of all areas, all aspects. We trust what we are being told as if it is the one truth. There's a whole lot of stuff. And when you start zooming out and having a look at the full honest history of this planet and of humanity, one could say that it is very disappointing how we've got this far for this long. I remember connecting in and channeling Jesus, and when he was being told by his guides that his mission to be able to awaken and enlighten people at his time was not going to be successful because they're still going to choose not to empower everyone. They were just going to endorse a few who were wanting to control and manipulate with fear and terror. He felt disappointed, not in judgment, but he had hopes that they would be strong enough and brave enough and have their moral compasses set on true integrity to be better than that. And so again, not judging all choices. And this is how we've got here. It is not just those selfish people that want to rule and control. We all had choices to either go with them or to say, actually, no, this doesn't resonate with me anymore. I'm going to start questioning what is going on and maybe live to the rhythm of my own drum and find like-minded people and not be so distracted with the one narrative. So it's not new. They've tried to evolve this planet for a very, 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 very long time. And every time they feel like they are getting the vibrations of the planet and people ready to be able to shift into this higher dimension, something has happened. The Vietnam War happened, whole lots of things happened. So I'm saying the Vietnam War, my friends, to all you beautiful, amazing gifts to humanity, you second wave volunteers. Love you, my friends, because I know how hard this is. And we came with something different. We observed the first wavers and bless them in their services, bless them in their attentions. They truly, truly, truly wanted to be the solution. And they so should have been, but still, unfortunately, many choices and decisions using their free will, not just with the first wave volunteers, but just humanity. Those first wavers came with great big boosts of energy, and it still did not impress and influence those energies around them to find their moral compass and to have the strength and the courage and the the trust and faith. Oh my God, I'm saying it again. I'm trying to say those two words together. Should I just coin a new phrase now? Okay, sorry. So anyway, yes, my love and my sincere gratitude and love and support and sympathy for those first wavers. You guys, you guys were really impressive, and this should have been the thing that should have sorted out humanity. And I'm so sorry that it didn't. I am truly so sorry, because that feels very heavy on your shoulders and on your hearts. Because you know your life contracts and missions, even if you don't know it through sessions, you have this hunch. I should have been a bigger deal than this. And that is not their egos. That is because they remember that they are here for a purpose and a significance, and they were supposed to lead. And so I love you. I love you. I love you, first wavers. And so my friends, the second wavers, we came down and we knew, are you kidding me? that huge, amazing team of first wavers, that didn't help humanity. What the actual F? Like, oh my gosh, this shocked everyone because we were like, this is going to be easy. We got this going now, and it didn't. And we were all like, what do you mean that wasn't a successful thing? How dense is this humanity? How dense is this planet? And it was a surprise to all that the first wavers weren't successful in their missions to be able to evolve and awaken humanity as we foresaw. So second wavers came down, and we had more intuitive abilities to read the room and to feel into energy and to distinguish truth and honesty versus hidden agendas and dishonesty. And I'm not saying the first wavers didn't, but there's definitely a distinct difference between the skill sets that the second wavers had. And it's almost like they had some holes in their veils to be able to use those skill sets and their toolkits, not the tongue, for this. And so we could be more, well, I'm just going to speak for myself because I don't want the first wavers to feel like I'm not speaking for them, because potentially if you're listening to these sessions, you probably have had all of this too. So please don't think I'm excluding the first wavers. So I know they get sensitive about that. So I'm not excluding anyone. And of course, I'm obviously talking about the third wavers too, because they had the same skill sets as the second wavers and even more some. So, because again, us second wavers, we still didn't push over humanity into a higher frequency. We were just more observing and in shock and awe. In shock and awe of how people were conducting themselves. And it's not a judgment, it kind of feels like it's judging, but it's more observating. And so there was a lot more support for us. And since we've had so much more, I don't know if you want to call them like Galactic Federation support, or a whole lot of other ships and a whole lot of other beings coming here to realize, what? The first wavers were not successful? Holy heck, this must be a shit show. Sorry for all of the labels and jokes, but it got a lot of beings' attention when the first wavers were not successful, because this is not jazz hands for them. This is a great concern, because they know the importance and significance of who is on this planet at this time. Those, many volunteers, not just the classic labels of the first wave, the second wave, and the third wave, because we know that is still labeling, and that is still trying to pigeon people into boxes. And I've had many clients that have been told that they're not classified as the classic first or second wavers, but they are a volunteer in their own special right. And so, we just want to give gratitude to all of the volunteers, because they're not here for a holiday. We are not here for a holiday. And so while we think we should have super easy lives on holiday mode, living our best materialistic wishes and dreams and our best fantasies with friendships and relationships and all of the things that we're pretty sure should happen to us because we watched a movie once that felt good, probably won't be in our life contracts for that. So, and that is fine. We're unbreakable, and when we know the purpose and reasons why we're here, I think most of us feel comfortable knowing we want to just get this job done. We want to be of service profoundly. We're not shy. We certainly are not new to hard work. And we are certainly not new to seeing density in people, because we've had to train ourselves while being here to be able to learn and identify all of the density and the feelings, to be able to acknowledge and instantly recognize where each other person is. And so You can't recognize the density or the emotions or the processes or the experiences other people are having if you have not personally dealt with that yourselves. And so many people that are drawn to us, they are living experiences that we've already had to personally overcome. And so we can hold much more great space for them and love and support them, because we can easily remind ourselves of back when that was us. And so that is why we packed everything and the kitchen sink into our life contracts, to be able to really deeply consider and understand what other people are going through. And we do not say, suck it up, we've all been there. We don't, because we know how overwhelming it is when they are just wanting to hold on to the, let's use some words, injustices, lack of morals, lack of integrity, all of that stuff that some people love to be and do constantly. So I almost feel like there needs to be a support group for the second wave volunteers, because it does feel like we're judging them when we can truly see, just like the spinach on their teeth, we can't unsee this stuff on them, because we're so finely attuned to those experiences, because we've lived them ourselves. We've got the t-shirts, we get it. So I just wanted to honor everyone. And I know that it sort of seems to be this popular thing, oh, love and light, only think about positive things, never, ever, ever look at the dark, never look into thinking about the dark or unpacking your own inner work, never, just ignore it, only focus on love and light. Well, for fuck's sake, we are not in a love and light environment. And so we actually have to be honest and identify what we've come through, how we've overpowered it, to then find those people who are not in love and light and support them and love them and empower them. Those people who are ignoring anyone else that is not in love and light, interesting choices, because you're not empowering others. You're actually judging them, and you're actually shooing them and shunning them because they're not at your frequency. So, that's when you get taken away from sort of society and friends to think about your behaviors, to remember that you have to get over your own chip on your shoulder to then be able to respect all. And I'm not sure, it was just a channeling yesterday, wasn't it? When our guides, my guides, I felt like it was my subconscious and a group of his friends were saying in a channeling yesterday that they wanted to acknowledge and thank those who were kind enough to be able to respect those people who were still holding into density, who were showing you that they were starting to grow and needing that support. And so we can't grow for them, we can support them, but let's just revisit how you support someone who is growing. Sometimes when we hold them too tight, we can stifle them. Sometimes if we are a little bit flippant, they sort of are a little bit aimless and directionally-less. I just keep thinking of the tomato plants. And, you must love and talk and support your tomato plants, apparently. I think I saw it once in a program. And then that will help them feel that they have support and that they are loved and that they can resonate with the high frequency vibrations and blah, 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 blah. We do not walk around to people who haven't grown to our frequency or our information and mock and shun them for their lack of leaves, because we've got 3 leaves and they've got 2. So we just have to really check our egos, check our responsibilities, check our mindsets, check our perceptions, and be able to just, work on ourselves as much as we can to then really just love others. And I have found that the best way for me to retain the information that I learn from sessions and from my experiences and from my lessons is to be able to share them and be able to talk about them and apply them in different ways and think about them, how I can use the information in practical situations. So if I feel my shift of emotions have gone out of balance in some way, I'm like, okay, stop. What is going on here? And I start thinking rather than feeling. Because if I lived my life through emotions, I would be that hot freaking mess who's hysterical and thinking that the world is coming to get me and eat me up. So anyway, it is okay to feel frustrated and disappointed, because in some regards, our teams are feeling frustrated and disappointed too, because they have tried and worked so hard to help solve this situation. And while we all were here to see the evolutionary shift on this planet, we understand and know that it did not work out as hoped. We have to respect Gaia's life contract. Can we be any more disappointed than Gaia? No, Gaia is accepting. She has accepted what has happened to her, and she is excited for her new future and her reincarnation on a new planet that was designed for her, that is in the fifth dimensional frequency. So we can't be any more bitter and pissed off than her, and she's okay with it. So let's just remember our focus. Remember that we're all here to support the consciousness and the soul of a planet, plus all of the occupants and the visitors that were here on her. Anyway, I love you guys. And it's totally okay to feel pissed off. And it's totally okay to feel frustrated for a bit. So have small little pity parties and then just empower yourself through it. Would be my recommendation. No peer pressure. Okay, I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. Treat yourself to something fantastic. I highly recommend great water.